All right, welcome guys. Let's talk about money in business, shall we? This is somebody that recently posted anonymously in our public group, and I really feel for this person. I know what it's like to be where they are right now. It really made me think about where I was not long ago. Okay, so I wanted to share their post with you because it highlights some important points and talk about some of those points. So let me first read the post. Quote, "This process for me trying to help people to get what's rightfully theirs was one reason why I wanted to do this. I'm remaining anonymous because I don't need any more negative stuff towards me. I'm still grieving my mom's death, who I cared for alone for years. So being a business owner, always been a dream for me. My mama knew this too. I was going to name my business with my mom's initials in it in honor of her. However, once you invest, you find out you need a team in place, i.e. TCs and virtual assistants, maybe several, the CRM to skip trace real numbers, attorney's fees, if you can get one willing to work with you, a CPA, insurance, etc. If the attorney must appear in court before a judge, that's another fee to pay as well. All of these costs add up per month, so it's disheartening for me to even want to continue to learn anymore. It's stressful because money isn't my biggest goal. It's an incentive for the work I'm putting in to help people, but I'm not willing enough to lose my mind, my character, and or my integrity in this type of business. That's being genuinely real about it all in North Carolina," end quote. So, lots to unpack here. First off, my condolences, to your mom. That's super difficult whenever a loved one passes away. And this person has highlighted many truths that are about this business. Eventually, you will need to invest in some things in order to continue to grow it. Okay. It is good to have help, whether that's employees or partners or assistants. It is good to have software to help you find numbers for people. Attorneys are critical. Okay. CPA, don't need that in the beginning, but eventually when you start making money, you will. There's definitely expenses to running a business, and recovering overages is a business. Okay. With that being said, though, it's been my experience that you don't need a lot of money to get started in this business. But you do need a little bit for sure. Okay. Here's the thing. How much money do you need? This is going to vary, but what I would recommend, guys, is you need to be able to budget a bare minimum, $100 to $200 a month in the beginning. That's a bare minimum. If you cannot dedicate $100 to $200 a month to starting a business, whether it's overages or some other business, I would not recommend starting a business. It's just the bottom line. Okay. A business is a living, breathing thing, and money is oxygen to a business. Okay. You do need to invest money in addition to time in a business. Okay. Now, with that being said, in the overage business, it's helpful if you have money, it's helpful if you have tools, but it's not necessary to get started. Okay. Number one, you can create your own lists. You can find lists online. So you can gather leads for your business for free. If you're willing to monitor sales or make public, Freedom of Information Act requests, FOIA requests, or public records requests, your leads you can get for free. Okay. You can skip trace people for free using websites like truepeoplesearch.com. Now, are they the best? No, they are not. Can they get the job done in the beginning? Yeah, they can. You'd be surprised how much info you can get for free from some of the skip tracing sites out there. Attorney, okay? Well, I skipped a step. You need to be able to contact people. Letters are great, but letters cost money. If you don't have letters, use your phone. Everybody has a phone. You're probably watching this video on a phone. If you have a cell phone, you have no reason not to be able to contact people. Number 4, filing claims. Going to need an attorney. Do you need to pay an attorney up front? Some of them do require an upfront retainer. Some of them will work on contingency, meaning they'll take their fee out of the surplus. So you don't need money for attorneys all the time. Okay. So those are the bottom line there is there are resources available to you that do not cost you money that you can utilize to get the job done in this business, or at least to get your first deal. Okay. Now, with that being said, when you do get your first deal, I would strongly recommend investing in tools that will allow you to help more people. Okay. So let's talk about kind of the mindset, right? I love folks who are motivated to help people. Okay. But listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. If you focus entirely on helping people and you disregard the money piece, you are sabotaging yourself. Okay, hear me out here. Money is simply a resource. Resources can be used wisely, or they can be wasted or squandered. Okay. Money is simply a resource and a tool that allows you to invest in your business so that you can reach more people. And if you reach more people, you can help more people. And when you help more people, you make more money. Okay. So you cannot disregard the importance of money, because money is a tool to help you increase your capacity to serve more people in your business. Okay. And that's why you need to be able to make money, and good money, because you need to grow your business, grow your capacity to help people, and also pay your bills. Okay. So keep that in mind, because that's very important. Helping people and the motivation to help people is great, but it is not enough if your goal is to help people long term and to help many people. Okay. You need to be able to help, earn money, invest money, grow money, to grow your capacity to help more people and to serve more people. That's just how it is. Okay. It's a cycle. It is a process. You can't have one without, you cannot, you can only help so much if you only have so much resource available. The greater your resources, the greater your impact. Does that make sense? I'm not saying you can't help if you don't have resources. You absolutely can. And money is not the only resource. All I'm saying is, if you have many resources or a lot of resources, you can help more people. Okay. Does that make sense? Now, if you don't have money when you're just starting out, look to other resources that you have. Maybe you have an abundance of time. Okay. And maybe you don't have an abundance of time. If you don't have an abundance of time, I challenge you to do this one thing. Take out your cell phone and go to the settings and see how much time you are spending on social media. Just scroll on the old Facebook or the old YouTube or the Gram or the TikTok or whatever. And let me know. I'll bet you could get some time back if you just eliminated some things from your life. Social media being one of them. Don't have to eliminate all of it, but you could probably cut back on it. Lord knows I can. It makes me sick sometimes when I check how much time I spend on social media. So if you don't have time, find ways to get back some of your time by eliminating some of the things that are taking your time in your life. Okay? Now, money and time are the obvious ones, but there are other resources that you have available to you. Okay? You may have knowledge. You may have the ability to, maybe you know the process and you know what needs to be done. Okay, great. You can marry that knowledge to someone who doesn't have the knowledge but has time or resources, and you can help them learn the process while they do the process, and you guys can win together. Okay, partnering, leadership, okay, these resources. If you have a phone or you have access to the internet, that is a major resource that allows you to connect to people that you don't know, but you can develop relationships with people, and you can say, here's what I need, or here's what I'm willing to do. Here's what I'm willing to provide. Is there anyone out there who would like to partner with me or help me accomplish what it is I'm trying to do? Okay. So you have to be very clear. You have to be very clear in your communication on, here's what I'm willing to do, and here's what I'm looking for help with. If you're not willing to do anything, nobody's going to be willing to help you. If you're not willing to invest some of your resources, nobody's going to be willing to invest in you. Okay? There has to be some give and take somewhere. You figure out what that is. Your creativity is another resource that you can utilize to help you get the job done and help you get started. Okay? So money, time are resources. The internet, people, your ability to network and lead others or influence others, that's a resource. Okay? If you don't have something that you need to succeed in your business, somebody else has it. You just need to get out there and find them. How do you find them? Put yourself out there and communicate to the world what it is you're willing to give, what it is you're willing to contribute. Okay? And that's how you find people. That's one way to find people. Here's the bottom line. This is just my opinion. But if a lack of a certain resource, like money, if you utilize that as an excuse on why you can't accomplish something, then you may want to self-reflect and see if it really is your true desire to help people. Because in order for you to help somebody, you have to be able to help yourself. You have to have the capacity to help others. It's like that analogy, right? When you're on a plane and the masks drop, they tell you to put the mask on first before you can help others, because if you don't put the mask on and you pass out, you're screwed. Business is much the same way. If you cannot help yourself, or you do not have the skills yet, or you haven't found somebody with the resources, and then you say it can't be done, then of course you're not going to help anybody. As a business owner, you will be tested constantly to see if you have the capacity and the skill set to actually be a business owner and to be of service to others, because that is what you sign on for as a business owner. And you will lose your mind as a business owner. I promise you that. You will lose your freaking mind. And you will question why you even ventured to become a business owner. Being a business owner is not for everybody, and that is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Social media paints this pretty picture that being a business owner is glamorous and that it's the cool thing to do. honestly, I know people that are employees of companies that have better lifestyles than a lot of business owners. Okay. They make good money. They have a good amount of time they spend with their family. They have money to create experiences with their family. And I think that's awesome. I don't think everyone should be a business owner. Okay. And this is one reason why I also I make these videos, because in my experience, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Now, I didn't want to work at the prison, and I don't ever want to go back there. Okay. And so for me, I chose this path, but it's been very difficult and it's still difficult. But the difficulties are worth the benefits that I enjoy now. Okay. And so I'm just putting this out there, guys, that you will be tested as a business owner. And if you don't want to be tested and you don't want to lose your mind, don't be a business owner, and just accept that that is okay. It is okay if you're not a business owner. And it's also okay to be a part-time business owner. You don't have to be a full-time business owner. I would not recommend people go the path that I went. You don't have to just leave your job cold turkey and then quit and see if it'll work for you. That's extremely stressful and very hard. I don't recommend that for almost anyone, unless you have special skills or you've got like something to fall back on or other income flowing. I don't recommend that path. Okay. So anyway, this is going on a little longer, but I hope that helps you guys, because it's important to understand these things and understand that we also, as humans, we say that we want to do something, but then we have mindsets that sabotage our mission and sabotage what we say we're going after. Okay. And I talked about that already, about if you want to help people, you can't disregard the money aspect and the importance of money. Now, there's another thing here too, about where they said, I'm not willing to lose my mind. You're going to lose your mind if you're a business owner. Not willing enough to lose my mind, my character, or my integrity in this type of business. Okay. And I think that's also a misconception that a lot of people have. I've had that misconception. And the misconception is this: that in order to be successful, you have to be dishonest, or you have to screw people over, or you have to take from somebody in order for you to have or be successful. While some people, many people, have made a living conning people and scamming people and doing, not good things, there is an equal, if not greater, number of people that have provided great service, great products, and also made a great living, who have changed people's lives and also made a great living. You can do both in business. You can help others in a good way, provide a great service, have a high level of integrity, and still make good money. And you need to understand that as well, and you need to adopt that mindset. Otherwise, again, you self-sabotage. If you say you want to help people, but you believe that in order to have success in business that you have to compromise your character, then you're not going to ever be able to help people, right? Because you'll never do the thing or build the thing that will allow you to help people. Because in the back of your mind, you say, if I build this thing, I will lose my integrity, or I will lose my character. So here's the final takeaway. Your skill sets, your abilities, and the stories that you tell yourself, aka also known as mindset, those are the things that will create what you have in this life. Okay. And so you need to work on all of those things in your life consistently. Work on your mindset, work on your stories. What are the stories? You have to discover, what stories are you telling yourself? that are self-sabotaging what you say you want in life. Work on your skills, your ability to lead, your ability to create value, to serve others, and then manage money, manage resources, manage your time, influence and lead others. Increase these abilities and your mindsets, and that's how you change your life, ultimately. When I was a correction officer, I was not a high value individual because I couldn't do a lot for people. I was a body. I would sit and watch over folks in a prison. Not a lot of skill set needed for that type of work. Okay. But once you get up into leadership and other things, greater skills, greater responsibilities, greater pay, greater opportunity, right? But a lot of us, we start out somewhere, and we need to be able to continually increase our skills and our abilities to serve others. And that's how we increase our income, as well as change the stories around what we think about money, what we think about business, how people can be helped. We need to change those things as well. Okay. All right. That's all. A little bit of a rant, but I hope you found some value in it. I hope you took away some sort of lesson from that rant. Just sharing my experience, and understand, guys, there's no right or wrong way to do life. There's no shame in not being a business owner. It's not wrong to not own a business. Same thing as it's not wrong to be an employee. Okay. There's no black and white in this thing of life. We're all trying to figure it out for ourselves. Okay. As long as you're doing good by people and you're trying your best, then you're doing okay. As long as you're improving, you're doing all right. But when you quit and you just say, to hell with it, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to sit at home and watch Netflix, that's when you might want to look at yourself and say, hey, what needs to change? Okay. And your path is going to be different from everyone else's. So I wish you continued success in whatever path you do, regardless if it's even associated with overages. I wish you success in all your endeavors. If you found some sort of golden nugget in here, some sort of lesson, post it down below for me. I'd appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.